He happened to give me the Callaway rep number. Whole Callaway thing. Callaway just extended an offer. Callaway for the fitting video for prototype clubs that I'm gonna get fit for. It is 3:30 right now. I have a flight at 6 o'clock. Clearly, I wasn't thinking. I just booked the flight that was the cheapest. Damn it.
Probably going to be like a hair long, and maybe just a hair upright, but I want you to give me feedback on how the shaft feels.
So I just want to drop in real quick to preface this whole thing. First off, this is a long video, but I made sure to edit this to hold your attention so it's not boring to watch the whole thing. Secondly, this fitting session wasn't like how it probably is at the Callaway headquarters in California. This is more like how it was in college, where they brought up all their gear in a big bag, and that's why my guy Daniel didn't have some of the clubs here. And so you'll notice that I don't really actually get to hit perfectly fit clubs here for the irons, but we're able to kind of figure it out still. Also, I get really wonky in fitting sessions. I personally just don't feel any difference from shaft to shaft, and I think those two are kind of correlated, because I think for some reason I automatically assume that a bad shot is always my fault and not the equipment. So over the course of the fitting session, I think my body tries to make small adjustments without me knowing. And lastly, you guys know I don't like putting pro golfer in the title, but I do it just for YouTube searchabilities. You guys already know that, but if you're a new subscriber, you probably don't know that yet.
I'm not really sure if I feel a difference in the shaft. Do you feel much or not? No. Cool. I feel like that one maybe spun a little bit more. The spin was around about the same actually. It's sort of sitting at about 6,500, which is good. I don't really feel it. I don't know. Feel a difference. No problem. Never really was like a big shaft guy. Sure. It's kind of like, yeah, just kind of use whatever they gave me. It and you'll kind of make it work. Yeah, I just kind of use whatever they gave me. Okay. How does that profile look? I like this one better. Size, yeah. I like this one better. Doesn't seem like much, but you know, we've kind of reduced your dynamic loft come down a couple degrees, and launch has come down from sort of 16.5 down to 15.5, 15.
Launch is a little lower.
Yeah, and it's not much, but it's just that tiny amount that where I get a little bit concerned that into the wind or in certain conditions like that, it may just want to kind of climb too much. That shaft is very similar to the one that we tried just before, but just a little stiffer. Okay. Yeah, I noticed it was like a lower at the start and it kind of spun up a little bit. Exactly. Yeah. And bear in mind, like this length and lie is going to be a little bit out for you as well. Okay. I assume you're just playing standard length and standard lie at the moment. Yeah. So, yeah. Interestingly, you've got a little more ball speed on it as well compared to your iron and even just this one here. So yours sitting at about 128 ball speed. This one was 127, and that one's at 130. So it's going a little further. It's going a little further. It's just a little tighter on spin, and yeah, and it carries us up a little, which is really nice. I just want to see if you like the profile of this head, like in a blade. I know that your irons are kind of like they mix. They're kind of just a really small cavity, aren't they? Yeah, they're just cavities. Yeah. Do you feel comfortable with blades, or do you like the look of a small cavity instead?
Blade. It doesn't look like a blade from the top, but
interestingly, like they're kind of as forgiving a blade as you're probably going to come across. Really? So it's one of those things that as long as the consistency is there, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
So between sort of that iron and then this one are the two that we kind of mix between. We still have more guys on SARP using this one, which is the X Forge. So it's a little bit longer in like the sort of heel to toe. And again, it's just that smallish cavity. So it really just depends on what type of profile you feel more comfortable with, because performance-wise, they're going to be pretty similar. Really? This will be a little more consistent on miss hits, as you can imagine, because it is a cavity. It's nothing dramatic. No. And we do have certain players that like to just combo it up as well.
Right.
Your shaft isn't right for you.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Is this the same thing?
It's a little different. So there's slight tweaks. So that was kind of like the first 7 iron that you hit. So that one's, it's called an ascending modus. So it in fact like flattens the launch angle from your short irons and increases on your long. So it was more of a test just to sort of see how you reacted to that one. So that kind of should come out in like a mid to high launching flight, as it is a longer iron. But I just think that the way that club sort of reacts and from a profile perspective, this one's going to be a little more consistent.
Swing. They really feel nice.
Yeah, as I said, for a blade, you're not going to get too much kind of negative feedback from it. It doesn't get that kind of clunky feeling that certain blades have when you kind of just misstrike it.
Yeah, I've never really never wanted to go to blades just because I don't really see what the point of making a game harder than it already is. True, but if you're saying it's not that big a difference, then
it's not that big a difference. But you know, I always err on the side of caution, and just because I don't think you're going to get a dramatic increase of playability from so it's not as if you're going to say, you know what, I feel so good with these, I'm going to be able to hit shots that I couldn't hit with cavity.
If I'm hitting shots like that, I'm usually coming out the rough anyway, so doesn't matter what color I have.
So look at this too.
So that thing loves to just shoot out to the right.
Okay.
Just start right and then do whatever.
Yep.
And I think this is this might be 3 to even 4 degrees upper at me.
Oh really? Okay.
Just to try to combat that.
Like that?
Like that.
Yep. You got to work pretty hard to kind of get that to stay online, don't you?
I've also kind of gotten used to like shutting the face set up a little bit.
Okay. Try this one out. Bear in mind this is a 3 iron, but it's kind of this is our utility shape.
Okay. I think it just kept on going.
That's better. Yeah. So your launch came down a little and your spin jumped up, which is kind of what we needed. Before it's funny, it was kind of 3 or 4 degrees too high and then really low spin. So it kind of just wants to crawl out of the sky, whereas that one there's got that kind of that shape where you know you can kind of control it like the rest of your irons.
Right.
It's a functional launch angle there.
Yeah, I feel like that's going further too.
Yeah. Okay, so the 2 iron was going 225 carry rolling out to 255, and that one then was 235 carry rolling out to 255. So more carry, 10 yards further carry, same total, and this is a 21 degree.
Yeah. Wait,
that's 21, not 18. So you're 2 there.
Oh.
Exactly. Yeah, so the fact that we're 10 yards further on carry and then equal on total with more loft, it's a really good sign.
Right.
That was longer then as well. That was 240 carry then, rolling out just under 260. That was nice. So we've had a lot of players that have kind of fit into that driving iron really easily.
Yeah.
Almost so much to the point where sometimes we don't even need to go into a 2 iron. Swing.
players that have really gone into graphite in the 2 irons. So we tend to keep the 3 iron the same as the irons.
Right.
And then this is that driving utility kind of thing where you can flight it probably a little bit differently with graphite. Same type of thing, like when you can feel the shaft kick a little bit more, you may be able to just kind of decrease that dynamic loft and get it to squeeze, and then conversely you can actually toss it up more as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why does that sound different?
Graphite.
Oh.
So it's a little bit lighter, but really stiff as well.
Okay.
So you know, don't feel like it's going to miss left on you. I think it's going to retain a fair amount of stability through the tip. How do I feel?
I love that it's not going left.
I honestly think it'll be quite difficult to actually miss one left, and they're kind of things that, you know, when you have graphite in your hands the first few times, kind of like, you know, do I feel like it's going to flip on me?
Yeah.
I want you to try and, like, you know, give it a fair bit and just sort of see how the shaft reacts for you. And that's what my sort of preference is in 2 irons.
Yeah.
So when we go into an 18 degree, I get a little bit worried at lower loft, again with that heavier steel shaft, that it kind of will be counterproductive.
Right.
In graphite, it just takes that little bit of the, you know, you just increase your insurance and miss hits, gives you a little bit more give, and it's a weapon off the tee as well.
What's TX?
So TX is 2X.
Oh.
So that's a 90 gram sort of, high kick, low launching shaft, but nice and stable.
I miss that so far left and still fading.
Do you ever try to turn it over?
Sometimes. Kind of almost
Trying to avoid it.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that an Oklahoma thing? Because I'm just, Jimmy Makasani is petrified of draws.
I don't think it's Oklahoma.
No,
thing.
is it?
I don't know. We just don't want to see one go left because then you're like, oh, it's
Yeah.
in the bag today.
Fair enough.
So I can hit a low one here.
Yep.
That's an Oklahoma thing, hitting low ones.
Is it? Yeah. Okay.
It's not very low.
Pretty good though in terms of that launch. Yeah, it launched at 3.6.
Yeah. This is the 3 iron still?
It's still 3 iron.
Okay.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah. Would you feel comfortable carrying that as your 3 iron with that shaft? Did it feel better, worse?
I almost feel like it's too far.
Yeah.
For a
So
3
that distance there, I mean, the thing is, you've gained ball speed then to 153, which you're at 246 carry, 269 total there.
246?
Yep. With a 3 iron. Yeah, and that's, again, I think you're going to get a little bit more out of one of our balls as well. So it's definitely going to have a little bit more on it. For a 3 iron, yeah, it probably is a little bit too long. So that's where you'll take a little bit of the ball speed off when you go into a steel shaft with your 3 iron. And then we could safely say that your 21 degree, or sorry, your 2 iron 18 is going to be distance, right? It's going to be something where if you need to give it as much as you want or hit it off the tee, you've got that ability. This is going to be more for you kind of, you know,
Just a regular,
normal irons, just with a little bit more.
Oh, so you're saying I would go with the 3 iron even with the...
I'm saying right now, my preference from a distance perspective and control would be that we stick with steel in your 3 iron, and then...
Well, I'm talking about the head.
Oh, the head, yeah. Oh, no, I still think that 18 degree in a 2 iron in graphite, and then, yeah, in 18 degree, which I don't have right now, unfortunately. We'd have to get it built up.
Right.
But then 3 irons 21 with steel. So effectively, your driving iron would be your 2 iron, which is going to have graphite, and then your 3 iron downwards is obviously just going to match into your normal steel
irons.
shafts. Yeah. Let's just see how far this one goes now. So last one I said was like, yeah, 246 carry, 268 total. Pretty tight.
That was nice.
Mm.
It looked like a normal 3 iron.
Yep. 242.
Carry.
Yep. normalized, but
Well, I mean, it's not.
it is controllable.
That's gotta be shorter there, isn't it?
Yeah, so that one there was 240. Ball speed did drop though, which is kind of what I expect to see now. Bear in mind, these are both 21 degrees. Ball speed changed from about 153 to 150, which I like, because if we start getting at 153 ball speed, then your 4-iron,
Too big of a gap.
yeah, it's just not going to come out hot enough.
Well, that's what I was gonna say is if all my clubs go a little further, then it's okay for them to go
Exactly
240.
right, which you will gain distance.
Yeah.
You can gain distance on a hammer. You can gain distance on a few things. You can gain distance on our ball, without question. And then I think just, yeah, with the new shafts and the new heads, you're going to gain like that extra kind of 3 to 5 yards per club.
I think what I was asking earlier was, so my 3-iron is gonna have this head,
Yes,
and then my 4-iron and underneath is gonna have either the blades or the. Okay.
exactly. Yeah. So this is our UT head.
Yeah.
You know, 3-iron right now, if you'd feel more comfortable going into like that traditional head, we'll just build one as well. So then you're going to have options. So you'll have either the utility head like that one, and also the standard one, either in the blade or the cavity, which is probably going to be cavity. I just love the performance of this. I mean,
I love, yeah, like the shot tape. of this
exactly.
thing.
Like, I just think that at a 3-iron, kind of how we're talking blades and cavities,
Yeah.
why mess around? Like,
Right.
why give yourself a smaller head when you can hit this a little low, you can hit a little high in the face, and you get such a tight tolerance.
Right, I agree.
I like it. I reckon, and I'm gonna stick with your X1s. Like you have that, just that level of confidence with them as well. Like it's a shaft you've used for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty comfortable and confident that the new head is going to kind of lower that launch a hair anyway. So it's going to do what I want. That was then 223 carry,
It's pretty normal.
which is good.
Yeah.
It's good. The gap's not going to be too big of an issue.
Right.
Alright, let's see this driver. 290 carry, 317 then. They're pretty good numbers, Luke. Yeah, that hit the fence on the full. Woof, there we go.
I wonder if we don't any further if I hit the putter.
180 ball.
Hey guys, if you're wanting my help to improve your golf, I've put everything I know into my 2 programs here. In this one, I show you everything that you need to see in your swing in order to be a good ball striker, and if you don't see these things, I show you how to fix it. And in this one, I show you the course management knowledge that elite level players use to play good golf, and these are the things that I wish I was told a long time ago. If you want more information, check out the links in the description below.